another. So in today's video we are going to discuss the graph of velocity versus time. Right, in the previous videos we had discussed about the graph of position time, right, and we had calculated average velocity from the slope of the graph, right. So in the same manner, in this lecture we will be discussing the graph of velocity versus time. Okay, so in the previous video we had also seen about average acceleration, instantaneous acceleration, right. Average acceleration is delta v by delta t and instantaneous acceleration was dv by dt, right. Okay, now, and basically acceleration means change in velocity by time, right. When an object changes its velocity with respect to time, it is said to be performing accelerated motion, right. If the change in velocity is uniform, constant, then acceleration of the object will also be constant, right. That means if object is changing its velocity, say 2 meter per second in every 4 seconds, right. So the change in velocity is constant, so that object is moving with constant acceleration. Clear? When any object uniformly changes its velocity with time, it is said to be moving with constant acceleration, right. Let us take one example. Suppose car starting from rest, so that is, let us say the initial velocity of car is 0 at t equals to 0, right. Let us say the car is increasing its velocity by 2 meter per second at every 1 second, right. That means at t equals to 1 second, velocity of car will be 2 meter per second. Clear? The increase in the velocity of car per second is 2 meter per second. So t equals to 2 second, velocity of car will be 4 meter per second. So this is the case where increase in the velocity is constant with respect to time. That means we can say that car is moving with constant acceleration, right. Let us take one more time, say t equals to 3 second, and let us say its velocity is 6 meter per second. So change in velocity by time, is constant for all these intervals. That means car is moving with constant acceleration. Let us remove the acceleration of car for any, say between 1 and 2 seconds, right. We are removing the acceleration of this car between 1 and 2 seconds. So average acceleration is final velocity minus initial velocity upon time. So this is t1, this is t2, right. So what is the final velocity? We are removing the average acceleration between 1 and 2 seconds. 4 minus 2 divided by 2 minus 1. So your acceleration is 2 meter per second square. Right, so acceleration is constant. So let us draw the graph of velocity by time for this case. Right, okay. At t equals to 0, velocity of car is 0, fine. At t equals to 1 second, velocity of car is 2. Right, at t equals to 2 second, since I am not using the scale, the graph will not be up to the mark. Velocity is 4 meter per second, right. At 3 second, velocity is 6 meter per second, right. So join these points. So this is how your graph will be, right. But the same graph we had seen for position time, right. Here that was representing uniform motion. Uniform motion means when any object is moving with constant velocity, that represents uniform motion. This is not a uniform motion. because velocity of the object is not remaining constant. So this is known as uniformly accelerated motion. Graph is performing, means the object is performing uniformly accelerated motion, right? Okay, fine. So now let us remove the slope of this graph. Already we had discussed what the slope is, how to remove the slope, when the slope will be positive, when it will be negative, what does the slope gives you. These were the things we had discussed in the graph x by t, right? So for v by t graph, let us remove the slope of this graph. Slope means tan theta. So in this triangle ABC, you can take this triangle or you can take this triangle also, there is no problem. So in this triangle ABC, tan theta, which is slope, equals to, according to the definition, tan theta is opposite by adjacent. So opposite is 2, 4 minus 2, right? This is 4, this is 2, so this will be 4 minus 2. So that is 2 upon 1. So slope is equals to 2 meter, slope is equals to 2, and the calculated average acceleration is also 2. That means slope of graph v by t will give the value of average acceleration, just as the slope of graph x by t was giving us average velocity. In the same manner, the slope of graph v by t will give the value of average acceleration. The only thing is it clear? In this case, acceleration is positive because velocity is increasing, right? Let us discuss one more graph now. Is it clear? So the slope of the graph v by t will give average acceleration. Okay, now let us discuss one more situation. The same case, but I will explain it in different manner. Suppose that now car is performing retarding motion. That means, let us assume that the driver of the car is applying brakes. So when the driver applies the brakes, definitely the velocity of car goes on decreasing, right? Okay, so that means say t equals to 0, now car is moving in this direction, velocity of car is say 6 meter per second. Car is moving at a velocity of 6 meter per second, and now the driver of the car is slowly and steadily applying brakes, right? So while applying brakes, definitely velocity of car goes on decreasing. Let us assume that velocity of car decreases uniformly. That means, say t equals to 1 second, velocity of the car is reduced by 2 meter per second. That is, velocity was 6, now it has decreased to 4. At t equals to 2 second, velocity of car is 2 meter per second. And finally at t equals to 3 second, velocity becomes 0. That means car comes to rest. So for this, if we calculate average acceleration for any time interval, let us calculate between 0 to 1 second. So 0 to 1 second final velocity minus initial velocity upon time, 1 minus 0. We are calculating acceleration from 0 to 1 second, that is this portion. Clear? So final velocity of the car is 4, initial is 6, and time interval is 1. So average acceleration is minus 2 meter per second square. Minus sign represents that it is performing retarding motion. You can speak in either of the way. You can say that a car is having an acceleration of minus 2, or you can rewrite it as a car retards with 2 meter per second square. That all means the same, right? So the graph of v by t will be at t equals to 0. T equals to 0, velocity is 6 meter per second. Right? At t equals to 1 second, velocity is 4 meter per second. At t equals to 2 second, velocity of the car will be 2 meter per second, right? So drawing this. So this is how your graph looks like, right? Everything will remain same. If you are removing the slope of this graph, again slope will give me the value of acceleration. The only thing is that in the previous graph acceleration was positive. In this particular graph acceleration will be negative. Already I explained you that if angle becomes greater than 90 when taken from x-axis in an anti-clockwise direction, slope will be negative. So for this particular graph, theta is definitely greater than 90 if we are supposed to take from x-axis. Right? If we are taking the angle from x-axis, theta is greater than 90, so slope, which will give me the acceleration, will be negative. So slope will be -2. So this represents once again uniformly accelerated motion but negative, right? Okay, so both the graph which we had discussed, we can conclude 2 points. First one, the slope of the graph v by t will give the value of average acceleration, right? And the second point, is it clear, right? The graph of x by t was giving us average velocity. The slope of the graph v by t will give average acceleration, right? When second point, when theta is less than 90, acceleration was positive, right? That means if velocity of an object is increasing in unique direction, acceleration is positive, and in this case velocity is decreasing, so acceleration is negative, and negative of acceleration means retardation. Clear? Okay, so both the graph represents uniformly accelerated motion, right? That means acceleration was constant in both the cases. Now, if the graph of v by t is say non-uniform, that is the graph of v by t is this way. This means object is moving with non-uniform acceleration. Non-uniform acceleration. Or you can say that object is moving with increasing value of acceleration. Right? For such kind of motion, whenever you have been said to calculate acceleration, now you have to draw a tangent at any particular instant of time, and you have to find the slope of the tangent, as we had done this in the graph of x by t. Right? In the graph of x by t for non-uniform motion, right, we had drawn a tangent from a particular point, and we have removed the slope of the tangent. So for such non-uniform motion, whether it is non-uniform motion or non-uniform accelerated motion, we have to draw the tangent. Suppose at this particular point I want to find acceleration, so I will draw a tangent, right? I remove the slope theta 1, so tan theta 1 will give me the value of acceleration at point P. Right? Now acceleration is not remaining constant, so if you have been said to remove the acceleration at any other point Q, again draw a tangent, again take the slope, and slope of the tangent will give me the value of acceleration at that particular instant or at that particular point. So at point Q, tan theta 2 equals to m2 equals to acceleration at point Q. You can see from the diagram theta 2 is clearly greater than theta 1. So that is tan theta 2 is greater than tan theta 1, right? So slope is greater, that means acceleration at point Q is greater than that at point P. That means object is moving with increasing value of acceleration. Here the previous two graph represents that object was moving with constant acceleration. This graph represents object is moving with increasing value of acceleration. Right? Similarly, if the graph is drawn this way, this represents that once again it is non-uniformly accelerated motion. The only difference is in this acceleration goes on decreasing. You have been said to calculate the acceleration. So at this point draw a tangent, and again at this point make a tangent. So now in this graph theta 2 is less than theta 1, right? So when theta 2 is less than theta 1, So tan theta 2 is less than tan theta 1. So acceleration at q will be less than that at p. Right? So this kind of motion represents object is moving with non-uniformly. It is performing non-uniform accelerated motion, but in this case acceleration of the body decreases. Clear? So this were the graph of v by t. Now, is it clear? So one thing is very sure, that the graph of v by t, slope of graph v by t will give the value of average acceleration, right? So you don't get confused. The graph of x by t or slope of graph x by t will give average velocity. Similarly, slope of graph v by t will give average acceleration. Clear? Now, we'll discuss the graph of velocity time and we'll calculate the distance and displacement, right? See, area under the curve for velocity time graph will give distance or displacement. Area of the graph v by t will give the value of distance or displacement. We'll see by taking an example, right? So, see, these are the key points. The graph, slope of graph x by t will give average velocity, slope of graph v by t will give average acceleration, area of the graph v by t will give distance or displacement, right? So, in the next video, we will be discussing about the graph, how to calculate distance or displacement from the graph v by t, right? And what is the difference in calculating distance and displacement for the graph v by t.